what do we talk about? When we talk about architecture. It's about creative construction, the restructuring of space.
建筑师就是这个空间的导演。
The echoes of our culture. And responding to challenges.
So we need to look for new technology to cope with our problem.
It's all about human intelligence. In this episode, we visit some structures that mean more than others.
Fireworks over the top, amazing stadium.
They're not only for use,
Transform Kuala Lumpur into a global city.
but iconic landmarks and national pride.
We are moving in a good direction.
They are imbued with greater hope and carry significant missions. As dawn breaks over the silhouette spires of these temples, I'm reminded of Cambodia's glory days. These stone carvings and intricate reliefs are the testament to a thriving empire. It was the French explorer's surprise encounter in mid-19th century brought the Angkor Wat to attention of the Western world. Emerging from conflict and wars, Cambodians today are rekindling the world's interest in this country that has been shrouded in the mist of time. Like their ancestor who immortalized the Khmer Empire in the form of Angkor Wat, Cambodians need a modern colossus to record future ambitions. If there is anything that captured the attention of all, sport has to be one. Hosting sports events changed the fate of many cities. Barcelona, Rio, Beijing. Phnom Penh wants to be on the list.
Fireworks over the top, amazing stadium.
The Southeast Asian Games is the region's top multi-sports event. In 1963, Phnom Penh abandoned hosting the SEA Games due to political unrest. It took 6 decades to win that chance back again.
The Prime Minister Hun Sen is right there.
Right there.
That was the place he announced the opening.
The
of it.
opening, and I remember that night I checked the YouTube. It's booming. It's boom. It's a wow moment that all the channel, all the YouTubers, they post the opening ceremony.
In the spotlight is the Moradok Teatro National Stadium. Mirroring the form of traditional dragon boat and surrounded by the moat reminiscent of an ancient Angkor structure. It was the stadium's job to remind every visitor what this nation is proud of.
咱们是提供了3套方案，方案是报到了洪森首相那儿，让洪森首相亲自选的，最后确定这个方案。这个对比就是那2个方案，这个更体现出柬埔寨的特色。
So for a Cambodian, if you come to the stadium for first time and you see the tower like that, he will realize, okay, this is for Sampei.
Yes, I think so.
Even though they're not been told first, they can understand this.
I think so. Yes.
At the heart of this architectural wonder are the pylons. Shaped in the Cambodian gesture of greeting, Sampei. This towering structure presented a formidable engineering challenge.
把它模仿成合适的慢慢的往外。
而且它不仅仅是这个往上要收，它还往外撇。
对，往外撇，往里收，它是相当于是这样的，
对。
Approaching the feet of the pylons, you can see the graceful curve of this pair of grading hands. Engineers need to build it layer by layer. A computer system helps design a mold out of a curved wooden panel, which is then filled with concrete. To build this 99-meter-tall pylon, the team used an ingenious technique called sleep forming. Workers can fill the mold, which clamps around the leg of tower. Once each layer is set, hydraulic jacks raise the mold up to the next level.
因为它这个曲面变形比较快，所以这个一开始设计好都是我在爬几节，我要去掉一块。一开始我就设计好了，正好这越来越小收缩这样。
As the tower grows, engineers carefully correct the center of gravity of the entire structure so that it can stand firmly while the pylon tips outwards. However, it's not just a pylon that's leaning forward. The stadium structure is defined by a range of outwardly sloping columns and an astonishing 66-degree angle.
这个模拟下，你看咱这个柱子是斜的，如果是我们是直接斜呢，它会自己倒了。我们通过上面的环梁把那个曲面做起来，这样转起来，伸个弧度，这样它就可以站住了。
This massive rain beam was built to unite these outwardly sloping columns in order to form a robust and cohesive framework. They're crowned by a huge canopy binding the entire structure into a unified entity.
咱们这需要慢慢一点点的啊，一定要注意安全啊。
我这是第一次这么近碰到这个罩棚。
对，这是我们罩棚嘛。你看这个能捅到一捅，这个是软性的，类似这个 PVC 一样的，它是软性的。
In a land familiar with monsoons, the canopy is the must. But in terms of engineering, the canopy is more than just a cover. It's the final step that makes or breaks the whole project.
而且它不仅仅是为了罩棚服务的啊，它其实是整个体育场的一个重要的骨架。
对，因为这个希腊它，然后咱们这些东西受力都是通过他们这传播的，对吧？环梁呢是往后张这个力，左呢是往前拉这个力，左它正好这个斜拉的把它拉直，保证罩棚的前后受力要达到平衡。
The canopy is connected to both the pylons and the rain beam. And as the skeleton is fully tensioned, each part of the stadium is perfectly balanced in this system, resembling a cable-stayed bridge.
我们相当于盖一个希拉索桥，又盖在这个桥下边做一个体育场，相当于做这两个项目。
When we have this good stadium provided by the Chinese government, Royal Government of Cambodia also starting to think about hosting the SEA Games in 2023.
This stadium's first mission to host the Southeast Asian Games has been completed, but its journey as the national symbol has just begun. Like all global cities, Kuala Lumpur used its engineering marvels as a symbol of its skyrocketing economy. Taller, hotter, and faster. Near the renowned Petrona Tower, the city's new landmark rises with the city's new target. Emerging from a small tin mining town 200 years ago to become the capital of one of the world's fastest growing economies in the 1980s and 90s, Kuala Lumpur is evolving again. Now Malaysia's goal is to become a high-income nation and a fully developed country by 2025, 5 years earlier than previously planned. This involves building the country's first international finance center, one that its hopes could rival London, Hong Kong, and Singapore.
TRX helps to transform Kuala Lumpur into a global city, helps to improve the city infrastructure, and created a new and vibrant district in the city center.
Meet the Tan Rizal Exchange, or TRX. Think of it as a city within a city. They're looking for the biggest names in banking to get them to set up headquarters here. Building an iconic tower is also a part of the plan.
The Exchange 106 was designed to be an iconic landmark standing at an impressive height of over 1,600 feet. It's around 492 meters.
建的过程当中是马来西亚第一高楼，楼越高，它的荷载就越大，所以你的桩要打得很深。
Engineers need to sink foundation piles into the ground, caping them with a massive thick concrete raft to support the tower. Above ground, workers will cast a central core with an innovative mechanized mode, which allows the giant to be finished in a record-breaking 3 years. Though without a spire like Petrona Towers, Exchange 106 is topped with a 54-meter high crown, immediately recognizable in the city skyline. Its success is based on the math foundation.
16000立方米一次打完的，我们用了72个小时把这个东西做完了。这个在马来西亚也是交付方量最大的一次，到现在也没有人打破。
The workers get ready to cast the tower's huge vertical core, but as they add each floor level, they'll be confined by the lack of space up top.
因为吉隆坡它很发达，各种会展、各种购物政要，每天其实都在你不停地在你周围跑，就会对你的交通物流组织就会有很大的影响。这个也是我们当时做的时候一个比较难克服的一个困难。对。
The team needs an innovative solution to turbocharge their race to the roof. Traditionally, to cast a core level, workers construct a wooden panel mold and pour concrete into it. Then they remove the panels, build new scaffolding, and lift the molds back up. For a building this tall, that would take years too long. Instead, steel reels attached to the core enable a large, movable platform to carry and climb with the mold sections. Workers lock the mold panels during concrete pouring and release them after setting. Hydraulic systems can elevate the platform and repeat upward transport.
第一天是钢筋，第二天就是模板和模，第三天我们就浇筑混凝土了。我们用3天的时间做完一个 cycle。
I came to Shenzhen, where the same team is building another giant with the same system.
我们现在这位置有多高
？50层，250多米。爬的话是利用这个导轨，首先我们准备工作的话就是先提升导轨。
Those steel panels form the mold for the concrete, and workers need to first remove them to open up the space for climbing. They install the anchor shoes at the target position and pull up the climbing reel by the hydraulic system until it locks in position. Just like when climber hammer spikes into the cracks of rocks, which they then clip their rope into.
把那个挂座挂在结构上，再利用这个液压平台把这个导轨给顶升上去，整个外爬架就跟着这个导轨一起就爬上去了。
The climb begins now. The entire platform creeps up with just inches to spare.
顶一层时间大概在2个小时左右。
They need to watch out for any section of platform or formwork that might catch on the newly formed concrete walls. Eventually, the platform stops. This innovative system pays off, and the climb is a success. But the massive formwork is not the only star of the project. The tower cranes, essential for any high-rise, are the lifeblood of the building, getting the material up to the highest parts. Fed by the busy cranes, the skyscraper soars upwards. One challenge is raising the tower cranes fast enough so the cord can go up quicker.
在核心筒的外侧附着塔吊，单独爬升的，它不是跟着顶升平台一起爬升的。
That means if the cranes stay fixed in place, they'll block the tower from rising any farther.
通常我们会用 Revit 做一个模拟，就是把我们的塔吊爬模进行钢铸，一层一层、一个节点一个节点放进去，把每一个时间节点的相对高度和相对关系，都放在里面，不能出错。这个一旦出了错，你干到那一层时你就全停下来了。
The engineer's solution is to let those giant cranes jump. First, engineers install a new bracket higher up the tower. 2 huge tons will firmly hold the crane's body, and hydraulic press raises the crane up. They position the crane on top of a climbing post so that hydraulic ram can retract to repeat this process and push up again. With those innovative technologies, Kuala Lumpur's new landmark soars to the sky at astonishing speed.
The Exchange 106 incorporates sustainable design principle and practice. The commitment to sustainability aligns with the overall vision of the Tourism Exchange development.
那么它建成之后，就是银行类商业的一个中转、一个枢纽，更有利于马来西亚吉隆坡在于东南亚地区的这种金融的核心的区域的一个发展。
My journey in Phnom Penh continues. I always want to immerse myself in the local way of life, steering clear of the typical tourist spots seen on Instagram and tuk-tuks for city visitors. And I failed. Tuk-tuks are just too convenient. Tourism contributed a staggering 32% to the GDP before the pandemic, helping this country, which emerged from war over 30 years ago, return to the world stage. Along for the ride is infrastructure. New highway, new stadium, and new national gateway. Takal Takmal International Airport in Phnom Penh, posited to be one of the largest airports in the world. To show me around the city and her new airport, I can't think of anyone better than this man, Ha Naman Tak, a native Cambodian, a civil engineer, and
My Chinese name Hong CGTN.
my honorary homeboy from Northeast China.
I studied civil engineering in China from bachelor degree in 2018 from Harbin Institute of Technology. It's in Harbin City, the northeast of China. Very cold place.
You like Harbin?
Yeah, I like it, but during the winter time, normally I will come back to Cambodia.
It's too cold for you.
Because it's too cold.
As the new airport's technical manager, Hong can rarely enjoy a leisurely coffee break like other Cambodians.
Does this tradition start from the colonial era?
Before we have French colonized Cambodia, so we drink coffee.
The colonial days left not only coffee, but also a preference for European standards of infrastructure. And after Civil War ended, Cambodian infrastructure has been gaining momentum in recent years with foreign aid from countries like Japan, South Korea, the US, and China. But an airport like this is still a huge leap forward.
If finished, it will be the 9th largest airport in the world.
Covering over 2,600 hectares, the airport is designed to feature 3 4-kilometer runways for landing the largest long-haul aircraft to handle 50 million passengers annually. has been designated a 4F level airport.
德国的法兰克福、法国的戴高乐、新加坡的樟宜都是4F 级机场。
Engineers are about to create one of the biggest enclosed spaces in the world, keeping it light and airy. A big space requires a big roof, and at 216 meters wide and 324 meters long, this is no ordinary roof.
Well, I'm so excited.
You can see now the steel structure. We do the skim coat.
That's the largest rooftop in Cambodia.
Yeah.
To touch the roof, we need to go 50 meters high.
Because you need the span to be big, so you need to use this kind of structure. And the difficult thing about this kind of structure, there are a lot of connection. You can see the welding.
Welding.
Yeah.
By reorganizing the steel beams using simple geometry, they become stronger despite weighing less. This lattice design allows each 36-meter span bridge with just one huge but light structure to support itself without half the pillars, leaving as much space as column-free for passengers.
For the passenger flow to get a good view, and also for the passenger flow to go inside the terminal for checking, they can go fast.
Cranes are deployed along the parameters of the terminal to lift the roof components. It's getting harder as the lifting work goes to the center.
整个东南亚国家，它不具备这种单体构件特别重的一个吊装的一个情况。最大的这个吊机可能300多吨，然后它吊距也没这么远。
The crane needs to be driven up to the second floor to finish the lifting. To prevent the slab from being crushed, the engineer needs to precisely plan the crane's working route and make supports beneath along the way. It's kind of a math game to get the maximum lifting area with the minimum travel area. At airports, it's not just a roof that have huge spans. There are also the floors. From pillar to pillar, the floor beams are 18 meters long.
The span is big. If we use the normal concrete reinforcement, the deflection might not be good enough.
The team is using post-tension technology to solve it by threading the rebar into the slabs.
As you can see, supposing this one is a tendon of the system, and then when you stress it, it will go up. And when this go up, it will give the beam the additional stress to have the beam to become stronger than a normal reinforcement concrete.
Can we get to the top of that?
Yeah, we can go. It's safe in here.
Wow.
More beautiful.
Wow.
You can see the Cambodia future from here.
That's the future.
That's
the
the future.
future. That's Cambodia's Manhattan.
Yeah. After this airport finish, there will be one highway to go to Phnom Penh City, so we might spend only 20 minutes from here to Phnom Penh.
Well, it's so hard to believe that 30, 40 years ago, this country was still in the war.
Yeah. We are moving in a good direction.
Architecture is more than just concrete and steel. It is the barrier of our dreams and hopes. It redefines the city's identity, attracts global attention, and can even drive the revival of a nation.